Amazing, Savannah. I think we can get started in next 1 minute. Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Aditya. I'm COO of Super Profile, and we have Savannah here with us. Savannah is someone who leads content and marketing for Super Profile. She is a social media coach and she runs a very successful social media agency. And Savannah is someone who inspires me to make content. Of course, like I think I don't.
Oh,
I think I don't have that X factor to make content, but I think Savannah's energy is contagious, and Savannah is someone who has been through this cycle of Instagram, different sort of trends that take place on Instagram every now and then, and she's going to tell us what really works in 2025, what works for her, what works for her clients, and how to have a system which helps you to remain updated with what's happening on Instagram and how to utilize it to build a successful business. Because I think that's one thing that motivates all of us to make content, to have a business set up through social media. So that's there. And we also have Carson in chat. Carson is someone who made a really amazing you know this rap for us that's there on our
oh,
um, socials.
I saw that. That was so cool.
That was really, really creative. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is something that people really require to remain updated on social media. But yeah, Savannah, I think let's get started. And
Okay.
this webinar will be divided into two parts. First part is something that Savannah will take care of. She'll tell you about social media trends. And second part is about how to build an automated system to make use of this social media content and how to build a business around it. That's something that I will take care of. But Savannah, I think we can get started right away.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So a little bit about me. I run a social media agency. We work with a lot of different clients and I get to see what works and what doesn't work. But we've come up with a really cool system to kind of make creating content a lot easier. So let's just get into it and making money from social media too. That is part of it. So yeah. Wait, how do I delete this? Okay, so a lot of you are probably wanting to start monetizing. So you're posting your content, you're doing your talking head videos, you're doing your trend videos, but you're stuck on monetizing and actually getting people in your funnel. And honestly, Super Profile has been a huge game changer, specifically with Auto DM. Auto DM has transformed a ton of people's creator journey just with actually learning how to monetize, and it makes it a lot easier. A couple years ago was so hard, just with kind of entering like all these different email sequences and whatnot. So auto DM has actually made it super easy, and you can actually monetize from your DMs now. So let me explain to you how this actually works. And Addie's going to go into this a little more in depth, but I'll just touch on it here. So, step one, and most of you probably know this already, but we'll go into sort of the funnels next. So, step one is a user comments on a keyword, like on your content or like in your like caption, right? Once they comment that keyword, let's say it's website or link, the auto DM is triggered, and the lead magnet for, let's say, I was selling a free fitness guide because I'm a fitness guru or whatever. So then they're going to get access to this fitness guide if they give their email and phone number. So as we all know, a follower isn't a lead until you have a conversation with them. So now we have access and they're giving us permission to turn themselves into a lead, right? Because we have their email and we have their phone number. So this is really, it made the process like a lot easier rather than sending them to another website and trying to like send them through a complicated email sequence. Now it's all in one place, which is super profile. So it makes it just so much easier. And then based off of a couple of qualification questions that is actually built in Super Profile, I think I actually wanted this feature to happen. They made it happen. But qualifying questions, you need to have those in there basically because some people won't be able to afford your product. And if that's the case, you don't, if you're hopping on a sales call or, you don't want those people anyway. So you can kind of like funnel those people out. And then you send them, the offer to the paid or the landing page, and then they'll eventually buy the product. Or if they're not buying it now, you have their email and you can retarget them later in a sequence. So that's kind of the breakdown of the first funnel. Okay. So any of you who have a higher ticket kind of offer, right? High ticket coaching, maybe let's say like, I don't know where there's lots of different people all over the world right now, but let's say US pricing, for example. My offer was between $2,000 to like $5,000 at one point for one-on-one coaching. So obviously no one's going to buy a $5,000 coaching offer in the DMs, right? And if they do, they're really good. Like you must be really good at selling, you're really good at marketing, and they're just ready to buy. But what you can do is use short form content, right? You post your reels and you have your caption that's gonna send them to auto DM. And auto DM is just going to ask them like a couple of questions, right? Qualifying questions. How much money are you bringing in your business? Where do you want to get to? Kind of these qualifying questions. And then you can have like the auto DM ask this too, to have them book a call if they qualify. So, and then you have your sales call and then you close them. So this funnel right here is how I get all my clients. Right. We've ranged from like 20K a month to 30K a month. And honestly, I know so much people or so many other creators who are doing way more than me just by implementing this funnel. Also, with this funnel, you can sell lower ticket products. So if you don't have a high ticket offer or high ticket product like $2,000, $3,000, you just want to sell $50, a $50 course or a $500 course, this would be the funnel for you. So you're going to post your short form content. You're going to send a freebie, which kind of just warms people up. Like it gets them ready to buy. Cause sometimes like it takes honestly on average, like 7 times for people to see your posts before they actually buy. So this freebie will kind of warm them up faster to actually buy something maybe from you in the future. So then they enter your email sequence, which is in Super Profile as well. And then you pitch them your product. So it makes it like way easier. It's all automated. You're literally like, you're not in this process like at all. It's all automated, which makes making money like so much easier. I wish you guys were like here and I could see you and I'd be like, does that make sense? I would be asking you that right now. But yeah, so many creators love auto DM. I use it for like everything. And all of these creators right here use it as well. A lot of creators are using it just to like gain followers. So let's say like before you send like this freebie or this link, you can actually ask them to follow you before you send it. So that's been a really big strategy for myself. I've gained thousands of followers, but also like other creators, like they're gaining like, I think hundreds of thousands of followers just from what Addie's told me. So kind of cool there. But now you're probably asking yourself, okay, what's a good way to actually market yourself? And why is this important? So Instagram's algorithm is always changing. I know like a couple years ago was more just like short form content, very all trends, even like in 2020, like, like the fun viral trend videos, that was like the strategy, posting 3 times a day, 6 times a day. Now, what I've really seen is just really trying to be as transparent with your audience and value-based as possible, giving people value, teaching them. And I don't honestly like in any niche, you can do this. I don't care like what niche you're in. You could be a fitness creator, you could be fashion, you could be a like finance coach. Everyone is like wanting to learn. And when you position yourself as the expert, it's way easier to make sales because people are just looking at you like you're the legit expert. So you could be the expert in any category or any niche that you're basically in. Also, some creators are using ads, which it does work, but it does get expensive. So if you can perfect your organic content game, and honestly, like you don't even need like 20,000 followers, 30,000 followers, 40,000 followers. You can have a couple thousand followers, have them be super engaged, and you can make money. There are like coaches out there who are making, 6 figures a year and more just from monetizing a couple thousand follower Instagram because they learned how to funnel their audience and actually sell them and getting really good leads from their Instagram. So with that said, I think you lead with value. I think that's the key takeaway here is you just want to educate and provide as much value as you possibly can to your audience, and then also kind of like show proof of that as well. So show your testimonials, show proof. Okay. So what's one big misconception about Instagram growth in 2025? We're asking you guys that. So put your answers in the chat. Oh, you were not able to monetize. Okay, I'm wondering why. I'm wondering why. Maybe it was your content. Most of the time, if people aren't selling your products or your coaching or whatever, that means um, something is missing in your strategy. So if people aren't, so let's say like you're getting on sales calls with your leads. Let's say you're getting on sales calls with your leads and they feel kind of like very cold, or they're not wanting to buy most of the time. Well, it could be your sales process, but it also could be that you're not like marketing like, well enough and really leading with value, and painting the picture of like, clear problem and solution. I hear post every day for 6 months. Yeah, so I see that all the time too. When you're trying to grow, people are like, oh, just post, just post. Oh, just post the content. And I think that's like, that's really hard, because you could post literally anything. I think that's like the worst strategy ever. I think when you're starting your content journey, I think you need to map out exactly who you want to target, because your target audience, that is going to be who's going to be buying from you. Map out your target audience, create light scripts based off of a million different topics that you could talk about. So for me, I obviously talk about social media. I could talk about how to go viral. I could talk about content formats. I could talk about how to create hooks. I could talk about client case studies on how we got our clients 100,000 views, a million views. So you have to just figure out a whole bunch of topics that you can talk about and write them down in a Google Doc, literally nothing crazy, a Google Doc. And and then just execute that. Then have your content batches and then, find what works basically. There are many people in this industry, it's hard to stand out. Yeah, that is true. There is. That's why you need to figure out your unique, content strategy. So if you're feeling like it's crowded, because you're so right, there are so many people on social media, but that's why you figure out like your framework. So if you guys are coaches, I wish I knew like what exactly you guys were doing and I could really speak to that. But let's say you're an online coach and you're trying to sell digital products or you're trying to sell coaching, you need to figure out the frameworks, your specific framework that no other coach teaches, because then it's just you. No one can compete with you. You have, your, like, for example, this funnel, right? I created this funnel. No one can steal this from me. This is my funnel. I created this. Same with this one, right? And I just labeled it my own thing. Now, if people want to buy something from me, they're going to get like this funnel. And that kind of makes me stand out. Also, just showcasing more of your personality too. Feeling unseen with posts like 50 to 100 views. Yeah. And honestly, I see this a lot. And even like with some of our clients' accounts, like we're stuck in those numbers too. So you just have to break through. And at some point it will happen. But honestly, I think this next kind of like slideshow or whatever it's called, slide, this will be super helpful for you because I talk a lot about content So maybe you just need to try different content formats for sure. Should I go? Okay. Addie, do I need to speed it up a little bit?
No, I think this is great. Yeah, we can
Okay.
just go to the next one.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Um, okay, so what's working right now? I kind of just said a lot. But reels are definitely working. Double down on reels. You can still do trend content. Like I just posted a trend. Like if you see a trend, a viral trend, yes, try to hop on that and like maybe post maybe 2 to 3 trends a week. But majority of your content should be educational, value based, because that's what's really going to make people, look at you as the expert and will help you really stand out amongst other creators. And then what you guys could all be working on too is like figuring out like your frameworks that you want to teach people. So, you could be a fitness creator and you have this one method to make, your clients lose 20 pounds in 3 months. I don't know if that's unrealistic. So you just have to figure out your position and your framework, and then you will start to stand out. Okay, so let's boost engagement organically. Okay. So another way to grow is just by engaging with others. Honestly, I don't think this is a way like this won't make you go viral, but it will help you like, build a community and start building your audience. That's super important too. So try to respond to your DMs, try to respond to your comments, ask your audience questions. And of course, all of this comes after kind of you start getting your first like couple of thousand followers, but really like harnessing those people and building off of that too. Okay, so this is what I was just talking about. So when it comes to standing out or trying to even find what works on social, so some of you are probably posting, you're getting 200 views, 100 views, and I know how that feels. Like I've done UGC and accounts are just dead, dead. And it's really frustrating. Even if you're a great creator, like that sometimes starting an account from scratch is like so hard. So what you need to do is one, you need to post like at least every day. And two, you need to test out all of these different styles of content formats. And honestly, like I wish I could show you guys my script right now, but basically what I do is I script out my content, right? And then off of every content script, we make it into several different formats. So one, you're testing what topics work. And then two, you're finding the best format that works for you, because every creator is different. What's going to work for one creator isn't going to work for the next creator. So you can try talking head videos, B-roll videos with voiceovers, B-rolls with music, which is kind of like just text on screen music, walking and talking, whiteboard format, trends, visual metaphors, before and afters, reaction videos, man on the street. There's so many types of content out there that you can, just try and then see what works best for you. So hopefully the sound isn't on. I don't know. Okay, good. It's not. Okay, so this is an example of like a regular smegular talking head video. Most of you are probably doing this right now. Okay, this is great. Post one of those a week. You can also do man on the street, interview style type of content. This takes a little more courage. It's definitely takes a certain type of person. I was struggling out there. It was fun, but it was just, it's hard to go and talk to random strangers. Walking and talking. So you're just walking and talking outside. It's a little bit different than it's more engaging than just a regular talking head video. Not to mention, you don't have to edit it as much because it's less like stale and just you're sitting there. Whiteboard format. This is a perfect example of a whiteboard format, just kind of, teaching. It could be honestly for any niche too. Not even this guy's like AI courses, could be any niche. B-roll with music. These are super easy. That can be applied super easy. You can do those in 5 minutes. And then reaction videos, any niche, react to someone, maybe a controversial video. What else? Maybe someone saying something crazy. And then also a visual metaphor, actually explaining what you're saying, like with something visual right there. So yeah, these are some content formats that you guys can use. Just there's so many more content formats too. Like these are just 7 of them. But you just have to double down the ones you like doing, the ones you see working. But just because you're in 200 view jail, prison, whatever you want to call it, you might just need to switch it up. Switch up the background, switch up how you're saying things, switch up the content format. It's not over. It's not over. Because I know how hard it is. So this is an example, or when I create content, we try to touch on like 3 content pillars, and that's educate, entertain, and inspire. So this could be entertain, right? This is a fun trend video, Nicki Minaj video. Yeah, simple entertainment, right? Captures people's attention. Maybe that's top of the funnel. Here we have a little bit of educational, inspirational content. I'd say stop charging $500 a month as a social media manager. That's kind of just like grabs people's attention. Then I give them value. It's also entertaining. Lots of B-roll in the like B-roll background, B-roll music. And it's also inspirational. So that one kind of has touches on all 3. But this one, educational, how to get started in social media management. I'm not going to play it, but basically I just go into the key ways on how to get started. I go through all of these talking points. This, I guess, would be a talking head video content format, but just kind of try to implement educational, entertaining, and inspirational content within your strategy. If it's all education, right, and you're just educating and you're not inspiring, sometimes it won't be as easy to sell someone. I don't know if you guys know the creator Shelby Sapp, but she really she educates, but she also inspires people. She shows people her life, what she's doing, how she made it as a social media or sales coach. So she's showing people her lifestyle. So you really want to try to land on all 3: educate, entertain, inspire, and just kind of rotate those with your content. Okay, quick wins, tips you can use today. So, so 3 things you can use today to make better content. 1, create a weekly content series. For a long time, I did social media management package, and I gave my packages that I would charge like clients, and I got so many followers from that. I just kept doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again for 5 years, and it boosted my following. That always went viral, so I never stopped doing it. So that's kind of a content series. Ask starter questions and captions for better engagement. Yeah, so not just having a call to action every time and utilizing auto DM, but actually asking people like, what do you think about this? Or, it could drive engagement. And then, you know how people are, they love commenting. Like I'm always like commenting on people's reels. I don't know when that started for me, but I'm like commenting like, oh, this is so cute. I don't know. And then also use DMs as a follow-up tool, not just a reply box. So this is actually key. I don't do this, but I've seen Addie do it and it's brilliant. So let's say someone like does the auto DM and they enter in your freebie. You don't even have to wait to like send them the email. Like, yes, they'll get your emails now or whatever after they opt in, but you have permission to go and DM or DM those people now. Now you know they're interested in what you have to offer. So I've seen coaches do this to me, but they'll actually try to engage like in the DMs with you, and that can warm them up to actually buy something from you, in the future. So, all right, I just said a lot in a short amount of time. I hope it was good and you guys understood what I was trying to say. But now, Addie, I think you're gonna talk about monetizing a little bit more, right?
Right. Thank you so much, Savannah. I think this was really helpful. So Savannah has, discussed how to market on social media, and I will talk about how to build a business through social media, which is where you need to use different sort of tools, and super profile is one of them. And I'll show you how to build a social funnel, which is where you are sending DMs and then you are sending out qualification questions to people. And based upon those qualification criteria, qualification metrics, you are able to upsell your digital products and services. And Savannah, if I can, just share my screen once.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Savannah, can you see my screen? This
Yes.
Right. So before I tell you how to use a funnel, I think there are a lot of people who are from different sort of social media categories, people who are parenting coaches or healing coaches, business coaches. And I want to tell you that super profile is something which is relevant for any kind of creator who is trying to make an online business through social media. And I'll show you some examples which will inspire you to take action. And let's just get started with Kaylin, who is a healing coach. She uses Super Profile, and if you look at her Super Profile account, you will see that she has a checklist. She has different session booking call option, and this is how she's using Super Profile. But it's not just Kaylin who has, let's say, 11,000 followers, but there are other big creators. So let's say if you are a fitness creator, you can use Super Profile. And Super Profile is something that you need to put it in your
Okay.
LinkedIn bio on Instagram so that more people can know about your offerings. Let's say if you are a parenting coach, you can use Super Profile, and there are a lot of parenting coaches on Super Profile who give out their parenting guidance, who sell their ebooks, who organize workshops, and have also courses to offer. They can use Super Profile. And of course, like there are social media coaches who use Super Profile. There are content creators who run their agencies. So if you are a business owner who can use Super Profile not just for themselves but also for your clients, this is something that you can do with Super Profile. And a lot of creators in last few weeks, ever since we have started marketing our product internationally, we have seen creators coming from different parts of the world, and that's the kind of diversity that we have on Super Profile. Also, a major misconception that a lot of people have is that they need millions of followers to build an online business. No, it is not required. Like, you may have as small of a following, let's say, just 150 people who follow you. But if your content is good, if you have an offer to give, then of course people will follow you, people will consume your content and will eventually, buy your products. For that, you need to, just invest your time and effort into building an email list and have to put it on automation. That's something that can be done through Super Profile. And of course, people who sell their digital products, people who are psychologists or relationship experts, you can use Super Profile. If you're an astrologer, like, this is one use case that I show to a lot of people, that this is traditionally a business which is offline, but social media has totally taken this business online, because people can now offer their astrology consultations online. And I've seen this creator who is like selling such a high ticket offering, because 51,000 Indian rupees is about, I think, 500 to $600. So this big of a ticket size just for 120 minutes of a call, people can use Super Profile to make it happen. And then if you are a yoga coach or NLP coach, you can use Super Profile. If you are a social media manager, of course, you can use Super Profile. And this is again a very interesting use case if you are a designer. And just look at this particular designer, because this designer uses Super Profile to give a lot of free value through different sort of lead magnets that he has created. And if you click on any of his free lead magnet, you will see that to get this playbook, you have to give your information, and then you'll be able to download it. So he basically makes a lot of content on social media, drives that traffic towards free lead magnets that are available on his Super Profile, and he's able to build an email list, and he's able to like get 100 to 150 emails every single day. Just multiply that by a month, sort of a thing. You have so many, you have thousands of people on your email lists, and then you can put automation, which is also possible through Super Profile to upsell your digital products and services. And because he is someone who gives consultations around personal branding, he has an agency. He basically gets a lot of clients through this social media funnel. And even if you are a travel creator, you can use Super Profile. If you are a marketing student, then also you can use Super Profile because it's so important to start early and start experimenting with different sort of things that you can do on internet. It is very easy for anyone to get started with Super Profile. So these are, some of different use cases that I've shown, but I'll go back to my presentation and I'll pick it up from where Savannah had left. This was what this particular social funnel I was mentioning, that you have your DM automation, you give out your free lead magnet, you send them an automatic email, and then you upsell your digital products or services, which can, of course, be one-on-one session, it can be a course, it can be a workshop. All these sort of things are possible with Super Profiles, Auto DM, and other features. And just to talk about Auto DM specifically, you can use Auto DM for comments on your post or reels, even carousels. You can reply to your stories automatically. You just have to put one trigger and one logic behind it. Whenever someone sends you any message, then also you can have some sort of automation, because people like to get responses fast. And if you have this automation, people will really feel that they are getting some sort of response from you instantly. Very important to get more and more conversions. And this is something that we have seen with creators, that whenever you send a message to someone and if someone responds to you immediately, it really helps you to build a relationship and convert it in longer run. If you just keep that lead in your inbox, do not respond, that lead will get cold and eventually you will not be able to convert that traffic. That's why Super Profiles Auto DM is super helpful, because it helps you to respond immediately. This experience is something which helps you to get more and more customers. This is something which can also be implemented for your next reel. So let's say you have some content scheduled and you can put this logic. So whenever someone is posting any sort of content, an automation is automatically added to it. You do not have to go to your desktop and then add some sort of automation. This is something that can be done just while you are posting content, and everything will be set up. So this is a new feature which we have recently made available to a lot of creators, because this was one feedback that we got from a lot of creators, and it is already helping a lot of them to totally automate their workflow. You can grow your followers on automation through this follow nudge. I want each and every creator on Super Profile to go and just switch on this follow option here, because it will really help you to gain followers. Creators who have enabled this option, they are gaining thousands and thousands of followers. In fact, just yesterday, there were about 50,000 new followers. In a span of just 24 hours, in just one day, people have gained more than 50,000 followers who have enabled this follow feature. It will really help you to convert your audience, people who are just watching your content, to become your followers, so that they can watch your content on repeat. Whenever you post next, they will be able to consume this content. So it's very important for you to grow your followers, own this audience, and this feature is something that helps you to do that. You can also collect emails and build your own email list right inside Super Profile. And owning your audience is something which is very important, because you never know when these big platforms may ban your account or shadow ban you or just suspend your account. So let's say if you've spent years just to hone your account and build an audience, and one random day you see that your account has been suspended, you will literally be in a situation where you will feel like, oh, I'll have to start from scratch. And this journey can be very painful. This is something that we have seen a lot of creators struggling. That is why we want each creator to have their own email lists. So tomorrow, if any platform even bans you have your email list and you can reach out and connect with your audience. This is something which you can do to even add people to your newsletter. It can be done automatically through Super Profiles integration feature. And I would recommend each one of you to have this feature enabled so you keep on building your email lists and then automatically send them welcome messages. You can use Super Profiles Auto DM to upsell your offerings. And one motivation for us to actually build this feature was to help creators who are already using Super Profile to have this totally on automation mode. So if you have your booking session opens, if you have your events, you can totally add all those things right inside Auto DM, and you will be able to get a lot of conversions there. You can upsell all your offerings inside AutoDM. In fact, we have enabled this follow-up feature as well. So let's say you are sending an automatic message to someone, and then after a certain period of time, let's say after 23 hours or 24 hours, you will be able to send a follow-up message. And people who have used this follow-up message, they have seen 23% increase in their revenue. And this is very, very important and magnificent for you to get more of your followers to become your clients. Apart from this, you also get access to your analytics tab. You also get this view of your audience. So you will be able to see who has given their email, what is their social ID, everything right inside Super Profile. It acts like your CRM. And apart from this, these are different features that we have, and you can explore them in Super Profile itself. So this is what I wanted to share. And before I, close this, I would want to, just take you through AutoDM's process of how this really works and show you within a minute, you will be able to create an automation. You do not require any Facebook account or anything. Even if you have just an Instagram account, you can connect your Instagram account with AutoDM. Just go to create automation, select what sort of comment or message you would want to automate. Let's say I would want to automate comments on any particular reel. I'll just select this. And after this, I'll have to select the post on which I want to enable this automation. Let's say this is the post I want to do with. Go to next, have any specific keyword. This keyword can be, let's say, link, right? So you are telling people to comment link and you will be able to share the message. Go to next. You can nudge people to follow you before you send them that particular link. And this will happen 3 times. So people, even if they are not following, you are nudging them again and again. And you can then send your message, which can be, hey, here is the link, right? Something like this. And when you add this button, this is where you are able to add this particular link. And if you do not have any other external link, but if you want to upsell your offerings from Super Profile, that's something that we recommend. Just click on this arrow and then go to lead magnet or any other paid offering that you have, from where you will be able to add different sort of products. Let's say I have this marketing ebook that I want to upsell through my auto DMs. I will select this one here and then I will change the CTA. CTA is nothing but click to action. Let's say download now. And then I will add a follow-up message, which is, let's say I want to send a follow-up message after 23 hours. And this follow-up message would be, hey, did you check this out? I have a discount for you. Let's say I had this paid offering. People did not, just make sense of that, did not buy into it. Now I can send a discount offering right inside AutoDM. And all of this is happening on total automation. You do not have to get involved in any conversation. Everything is happening just by what we have built. And let's say here, I'm sending, let's say, my course link. Let's say I have this Instagram growth roadmap course and get access. I can change each and everything. And after this, if I want to send any sort of responses to those particular comments, this is also something that I can do. Just go to next, see if this is what you wanted. Just click on confirm and launch. And all right, so here this automation was already enabled, but this is where you will be able to see all your automations, number of DMs that have been sent, number of leads that have been collected, and number of followers that you have gained. It took me literally less than a minute to set up this particular automation. And this is something that you can do for each and every post on Instagram to grow your followers, to collect leads, and to do this, to make the system work for you. And this is what the power of automation is. I want each one of you to take an action and set this up for yourself. All right. If you have any questions now, we will be happy to answer. Just put it in Q&A or in chat if you have any questions for Savannah or for me, we'll be happy to answer them. We'll wait for a couple of minutes for questions to pop up, and would also love to hear feedback from you if you've liked this particular presentation, if you want us to do it on a repeat basis. And a lot of creators in last few weeks have joined Super Profile community. And yes, Jennifer, so this recording will be available and we'll be sharing it with you via email. Thank you so much, Rochelle, for your kind words. If you have any questions, please put it in chat or in Q&A. So Joel is asking, how do we set up our unique link where we put all our affiliate links? So great question. A lot of people have affiliate businesses, and Super Profile can be used by them as well. I'll just share my screen once again. And all that you need to do is you have to go to your store. The store is highly customizable. This is where you can go and change appearance at just one click. And this is thanks to Savannah that we were able to build this, because Savannah shared that okay, our Super Profile store was not looking that great, and that's when we thought of upgrading this whole experience. So with just like one click, you can
No
change.
way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, because
Can
you
it be more aesthetic, please?
absolutely. So, this is how I think this is the vibe that I would want to go ahead with. But yes, just go to your store, click on add content, and this is where you can put your affiliate link. Let's say, I have this Amazon link, or let's say this is my Amazon link, right? Just imagine this to be amazon.com slash some camera, right? Something like that. And just enter, and then you will be able to add a new block here. And this block is something which something like this, and this block is something which you can totally customize. So let's say if you want a view like this, you can have it here. If you want a view like this is also something that you can do. And this will really help you to make sense of clicks that you get on your store. So when you click on analytics, here you can see what are the locations from where people are clicking on your link, what are the device types that people use. So you can use it for all your affiliate links. And we have seen a lot of Amazon affiliates using super profiles, this particular feature. And this is where you can look at all these different analytics, which is audience coming to your store. So Joel, I hope I've been able to answer this particular question. So you go to your store. This is your unique store link. So if you go to, let's say, my particular store, this is what my store looks like, right? It looks really, really good on desktop. If you want to, just see how it looks on mobile, this is how it looks on mobile. It is super user friendly. It is the fastest loading link in bio store that's available in the market. And I think this can be very, very helpful for you as well. So just go to your store, click on add content, put your link, and you will be able to customize your store. Is AutoDM without lead magnet are unlimited on free version? Yes, you can send unlimited auto DMs to unlimited contacts totally free. In fact, we are the only company in this world to be offering this. So you can send unlimited auto DMs to unlimited contacts totally free. You can collect up to 100 leads. That's also there on free plan. Our paid plan is $29 a month, which is super affordable. This is an investment that you need to make in your online business to grow your online presence and to sell your offerings. And a lot of this is related to just sheer experimenting, right? You never know what really clicks for you. You have to experiment with different offers, with different price points. As Savannah mentioned, that you can have a low ticket offering, you can have a high ticket offering, but that is something that comes only with experience. So try it out. And Savannah, I think probably this is something that where you can add value in terms of how your experience has been.
Yeah, so honestly, the auto DM feature has definitely helped. It's just great because it's all in one place. So instead of using Linktree for a link in bio and auto DM for or ManyChat for an auto DM, and you're paying so much money for it, this is a $29 subscription that does your booking link, which also that would be Calendly. I don't know if Calendly is free. I don't think it is, so you're paying for all of these different subscriptions. So Super Profile has come in and been like, okay, for everything, let me package everything together. It works amazing, same value for $29 a month. So kind of a no-brainer. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah. The low, medium, and then high ticket offer. So um Super Profile has definitely helped me kind of like figure that out. Without Super Profile, I don't think Linktree even offers that. And then you don't really know what's going to work for your audience until you start marketing it. And so I think Super Profile is a very low cost way to kind of test what works. So you can test digital products, or you can test courses, or you can test coaching, one-on-one coaching, even. So it offers all that.
Absolutely. But I think this is a very important question of why did we actually build Super Profile? And we built Super Profile because we were seeing that a lot of people who were just getting started, they didn't have right know-how of how to use different products, and they were paying for multiple subscriptions. Their data was all over the place. They did not know how to make sense of different products and bring them all at one place. And that's why they even have to spend a lot of time, money, and effort into hiring freelancers or taking help of some agencies, and still they never had that sort of control over what they were building. And that's why we wanted to build a product which is super easy for people to make sense of, and it is super affordable as well. As Savannah mentioned, we have all these features which, if you go and independently purchase, it will cost over $500 to $600. If you want to host your courses, you can host all your courses, unlimited courses, at just $29 through Super Profile. And that's something that a creator like Stephanie has done. So Stephanie is a social media marketing coach, and she uses Super Profile to sell her IG Bootcamp course. So if you look at her page, this is what a landing page through Super Profile looks like. This is such a pleasing experience in terms of scrolling through it. You can put your testimonials at one place. You can put all your modules here, and people can see that, okay, these are logged, so they'll have to buy this. If people, just click here, it is same page, one click checkout experience. So you're not sending people to 10 different landing pages, and at the end of it, they are totally confused. We've made this experience so seamless that people can literally get millions and millions in sales through Super Profile. And this is something that we have done for creators. We have helped more than 40,000 creators to monetize through Super Profile. More than 11 million people have purchased products through Super Profile. And in last one financial year, we have helped creators to earn upwards of 65 million in just one year. So this is the kind of impact that we have created. And this is a proven strategy for you to go and explore different sort of features that we have, right from your courses to hosting events. And I think there was one creator who was, I think, hosting courses through Super Profile, and I think she had a very interesting use case. Like this particular creator, 225K on Instagram. She is a yoga teacher. And if you look at her super profile link, it's superprofile.bio/e, which is an event link. And you will see that she is hosting her virtual Zoom sessions through Super Profile. So she's teaching people how to get fit, how to go about their yoga lessons on Zoom through Super Profile. And it's a month long sort of a session from August 1 to August 27th. So these are different use cases which you can use not just for yourself, but also for your clients. And I would recommend you to take an action, go buy that subscription. It's just $29. It's less than $1 a day sort of subscription, but you will literally be able to get the worth out of it. Yes, Savannah, you were saying something.
Yeah. So Joel had an interesting question. So he said, this is more for people in my situation when your main audience are not your clients, mine are bars, restaurants, and beverage brands. How do you utilize Super Profile? So this is kind of the same situation that I'm in because I'm a social media agency. I'm trying to work with businesses. So I'm B2B. I'm not I just changed my marketing strategy. So I'm kind of not doing the digital products as of right now. I'm just trying to get in contact with businesses, right? So one thing that I utilize Super Profile for is my booking link. So that's going to go right in my link in bio. Like you can put your booking link right there. If you want to qualify them before, don't put your booking link in your bio, but you can use that booking link, like just send it to them manually in your DMs, or you can use auto DM too. You can also use Super Profile for creating lead magnets. You can 100%, create like those funnels for those businesses. It doesn't have to be just like B2C or like business to consumer. It can also be to businesses as well. And because business owners are people too, right? They're trying to grow their business. They're passionate about, whatever they're doing. So we market a lot to med spas, right? So for example, I'm going to create a med spa lead magnet and then they're going to go download that. And so that's all possible with Super Profile. So yeah, that's one thing that we kind of use it for. So, but mostly what I use it for is auto DM, booking link, and link in bio, just kind of having everything there. If you have other links to, like, let's say you have a website on like an entire website, you can link your website there. The booking link. What else, Addie? A free lead magnet. And then honestly, I wouldn't put more than like 3 to 5 links in your link in bio. Anything else is going to overwhelm people, and then you're not going to get any clicks. So,
Absolutely. I think one has to first figure out what's the objective that they want to, achieve through Super Profile. So let's say if you want people to book time with you, you can build that funnel. If you want people to just give their email, then of course going with lead magnet makes more sense. Or if you want to just engage with people, then auto DM is something that can be helpful. So that's that. And I think Rochelle has asked an interesting question, which is can we schedule a working session, not info session, to help build out our profile? So, Rochelle, that's something that we really can help you with. In fact, a lot of partners that we work with, we help them to set up their super profile, we help them to understand their particular use case and how super profile can be optimally used for them. So, yes, we can absolutely help you with that. And I've shared my bookings link. This is something that you can, just book a session with me, and we'll be more than happy to help. In fact, we are one of those companies, uh, who do not believe in responding after 700 odd days through email, but we are like super, super prompt in our responses. In fact, I've given my personal WhatsApp number. If you just message me, I'm super responsive, and I think Savannah can vouch for that.
Yeah, he is. This man, he doesn't sleep. He's up all the time answering questions.
I think this emancipates from my love for what we are like building. So
Yes.
I think that's what we are. We love to help creators. In fact, our founder is also a creator. So if you
Hmm.
look at Vivek's account, that's also something that's there. So we'll share more about that in our next webinar. But thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this particular webinar. We'll call it off now.
Oh, Joel has one last question.
I just want one link in bio that leads to everything, lead magnet, affiliate links. Is there a link that from super profile, one that leads to all? Yes, Joel. So for this, you'll have to go to your store and then get your super profile link. That's something that you need to put in your link in bio as well so people can discover your offerings. So just go to top left and click on store, and that's where you need to put all your links at one place. You can put all your lead magnets, you can put your affiliate links, you can even put your contact details there so people can maybe email you or just add your calendar link so people can book time with you. So you can do all of that by going to your store, create your store, customize it, put it in your link in bio, and you'll see magic happening. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Savannah, for taking out time and engaging with super profile creators. We'll engage more often every week with new creators, new guests. And everyone, thank you so much for your time. It means a lot to us.
Thanks, guys.